Let's pray. Father, perspective is a great word for today. When we got to hear the sirens last night, we're just thankful that today we're meeting in a building that's not damaged. We look at our families that are safe. You've told us to rejoice always. Pray without ceasing, everything give thanks, for this is God's will for us. And so we do that now for the safety that we had overnight. But there are families that are dealing with devastation this morning. When you look at Ukraine, you look at the fact that we live in Henderson County and not in Ukraine. We can be thankful today for what you've given us as a nation of laws, that we're not being overrun by a dictator. We just thank you for where we live and for what we experience here in this county, but in the United States of America. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Brother Williams, thank you. All right. Well, the time is 9:01. We do have a quorum, so we will call this meeting of Commissioners Court to order. Are there any citizens' comments?
No, sir.
All right. Item 1, consider and take action on minutes from previously held meeting of Commissioners Court on March the 15th, 2022. Are there any additions, deletions, or comments?
Hearing none, Judge, I move we approve the minutes.
Approve the minutes of March the 15th, 2022 as presented. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Now, item number 2 is consider and discuss a presentation by Purdue, Brandon, Fielder, Collins, and Mott, LLP, for the delinquent court fines of the Justice of the Peace Courts. And we have several here today with us, and I do want to take one moment as a part of this, because we do have a friend of county government in the audience that is with Purdue, and he's former Commissioner Tiger Worsham. Mr. Worsham has been an integral part of county government for 30 some odd years. He's a friend of mine, and he knows everyone up here. But the important part is the leadership role that he had taken in representing local county government at the state capitol. I want to publicly thank Commissioner Worsham for his efforts in that for a number of years. So thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Please.
All right, thank you. Judge McKinney, Commissioners, thank you for having us here this morning. My name is Doug Burnside. I'm a partner with the Purdue Brandon Law Firm. Introduce my team first. You all know Tiger. With us is also Patrick Woods, one of our partners in the Tyler office. And then we have Melissa Pace and Scott Muha, who are client liaisons for Henderson County. All right, first off, what we're going to do is talk about our collections percentages, because obviously collections of money, the most important thing is what we're bringing in. And what we have on page 2 is a chart which shows all the amounts which have been collected and amounts which have been essentially resolved, is what we call it, but it's been removed from the roll, and whether it's for fine reductions, dismissals, jail credits, or community service. The most important number is the amounts collected, and that so far over the life of the contract that we've had has been $2.7 million. And that's over a period of, I believe, 5 years for the courts and 9 years for Precinct 2. Over the last year, since we gave a report about a year ago, we've collected $326,000. We've resolved an additional $129,000 and increased the total amount liquidated by 2.9%. During that time period, there was also $442,000 of new fines and fees turned over to us for collections. So overall, these numbers are actually very strong for court fines and fees. We don't actually have a lien on anything that we can collect on. We do have a threat of arrest, but as you'll see from some of our other slides, a lot of these fines are not here in the county, and obviously we want the money to be collected. We don't want the constables and the sheriff to have to pick up people and put them in jail. Right on the next page, you can see some of our collection accomplishments and what we've done to achieve those results. Overall, we've mailed more than 81,000 letters. In the last calendar year, 15,000 letters. We've called more than 35,000 people. That last year there was 6,000 phone calls made, or actual good phone calls made. We've corrected addresses, we've corrected numbers, and again, we've collected a lot of money. And as you can see from the pie chart, of the money that's been turned over to us, we've actually resolved almost 2/3 of of it. So it's a very good statistics. And on the next page, these slides are kind of more for interest than they are provide actual valuable knowledge. But you can see for where we have on this map where the top 10 zip codes for each of the debtors is. And obviously most of the tickets are for people right here in Henderson County, but then there's also a good number down in Jacksonville and over in Smith County too. And then on the final page, we show where these tickets are nationwide. So you can see we're actually doing collections all across the country. So far, we don't have anyone in Idaho or North Dakota that owes you money, but pretty much everywhere else in our 48 lower states, you've got people. So that kind of shows the work that we have to do to find these people and to make sure that we try and get everything collected from them. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Court, questions?
Actually, I do want to add one more thing. Last month, we did do all 5 JPs participated in what's now called the case resolution. It used to be the warrant roundup. This year, I think we've had better results than we've had in the past because the last few years, it has not been a coordinated statewide effort, which is the way it used to be. But the Texas Constables Association has kind of started to do more concentrated efforts to work together to where it's a statewide thing. And we should see some pretty good results here in the next couple of months from all the efforts that we're taking on that.
For the benefit of the public, can you walk us through the processes that you take to collect these debts?
Sure. I don't know if Melissa, you want to come up and be a part of that too, because I might not get everything. But the initial thing that happens is, the court issues the fines and fees are issued 60 days after the warrant has been issued. Then those amounts are turned over to us for collection if they haven't been previously collected. And from that part, the first thing that we do is we do address research on them to where we scrub the accounts to make sure that they're valid accounts, that we have good addresses, verify with the court obviously that they're still valid. And then first thing we're going to do is send out mass mailings and send out letters to them. And then if those come back, we don't get a response, then we initiate our phone contacts and try and locate good phone numbers for them. Oftentimes on the tickets they provide that information, so we have it. But as you saw earlier, a lot of those are incorrect. And so then we have twice a year we have again mass mailings on everything to where it's through the spring case resolution, and then we do an additional one in the fall.
I mean, I think you said it all right there. I don't know. The only thing I would add is that during our research, we do find a lot of people that are deceased, and so we send that information to the court because there's no reason for them to continue with that, as well as if we find they're in jail or prison for a prolonged period of time, we'll send that kind of information to them. But we have a 3-letter series that we send out. We also have phone call campaigns. But what I love about that is that you get a person right away. So if somebody answers the phone, it's not a message that's going to be left. They'll actually get one of our people immediately to start talking to them. Even though it's an auto dialer, it goes directly to someone as soon as somebody answers.
Is there an average length of time for most of these payments? Is there an average of how long it takes?
Not really. I mean, it's easier to collect probably, I would say, in the first 6 months, just because people tend to still be where they were. But it really just depends. We still collect cases that are 10 years old sometimes during our case resolution campaign. And of course, just continuing to get new addresses, new phone numbers. And interesting enough, what we saw last year when people were getting a lot of stimulus checks, surprisingly, or at least I'm a former court clerk, so I was shocked anyway, there were some very large payments made as a result of those stimulus payments of some warrants that had been outstanding for a very long time. So that was actually very helpful and cleared a lot of cases, actually.
On the chart on page number 2, you have a number of columns, and the amount resolved, that is for the current year, or is that for the life?
That's for the life of the contract.
Okay.
So 21.8% of the accounts have been.
As you said, it was 5 years for everyone except JP2.
That's correct. We started January 2017 for 1, 3, 4, and 5, and January of 13 for precinct 2.
Okay. And the 6.5 million assigned, that is over that same, that's the total that is outstanding.
That's correct. Well, that was the original, that's the total amount that's been turned over to us.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, there is about 2.4 million outstanding.
Okay. Thoughts, comments? Judge Daniel, you're in the office, in the audience. Did you have anything you'd like to add? Not to put you on the spot, just if you had something you wanted to add.
I just came here before,
Okay.
but as far as I know, and I'm not speaking for all the JPs, but I think I could, they do an excellent job. We don't have any problems with them. They're on top of everything we've ever called and asked for. They responded just amazing to them. So we appreciate their efforts.
As far as in Texas, how many of the JP court systems are y'all in? I mean, is there, just off the top of your head?
I want to say, well, Scott, do you happen to know that number by any chance?
mean-
I know we're over 250-something courts.
It's a lot.
We are statewide.
We have over 256 courts, I think, but that's municipal and
Municipal and
JPs,
JP.
right? And so I don't know the actual, just JPs. But we could find that out for you if that's something you're really interested in.
Just a good time when we have y'all here of just presenting the information to the public.
Sure.
And something we try to do. For any other comments or questions from the court? All right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate your efforts as we try to collect this revenue that's owed. Thank you.
Outstanding. Thank you all for your time.
All right, item 3, consider and take action on the funding request from the Healthy County Fund for county health fair and incentive drawing for the Employee Wellness Incentive Program in a total amount of $2,000. Ms. Beaver.
Good morning, Court. I would like to request funds in the amount of $2,000 from the Healthy County Fund for the use of hosting a county health fair for our employees, as well as monthly health express talks, and in addition to using the funds to purchase for employees who complete their annual wellness incentive program. Recently, we established a small committee of 3 people who are helping myself plan the Healthy County events in hopes to get more employees engaged and active and healthier to, in return, lower our insurance premiums in hopes, is what our hope is. So if you would like a breakdown as the prices, it's located in your backup as to how much the funds I'm requesting is going to be used for.
Questions, Court? Comments?
Who's gonna do the healthy lunch and health fair? Is that gonna be presented by somebody or?
So the actual, the Health Talk Express, the Healthy Lunch and Learns are going to be presented by Carolyn Tyler, our Ag Extension Agent. And then Carolyn, myself, and Angie Goggins are going to all host the health fair together. We have some cool plans for the health fair.
This money comes from the healthy vending machine profits, correct?
No, sir. It comes from TAC, gives us a...
Gives a certain amount also.
Yes, sir. Based on our participation with Healthy County events, we get an annual check every year, and that money is only allowed to be used for our employees' health and benefits to help them.
And the health fair is scheduled for when?
October 20th of this year. But some of that money, the $500 that we're requesting, is going to start for the monthly Health Express talks for the Lunch and Learns that we're going to be hosting. We have them scheduled every month, except for December. We hope to have a Christmas party that month instead of doing a Health Talk Express.
But the health fair is held in conjunction with?
Yes, in conjunction with the Health Talk Express and the health fair.
Which is our sign-up, is that correct?
Oh, no, sir. I like to separate
It's not being held
those.
in conjunction?
Yes, I like to separate open enrollment and the health fair. I found that it overwhelms the employee, and they're more focused on getting the free swag than focusing on their benefits and actually knowing what they are enrolling in.
Okay, so we'll be separated.
Yes, sir. So that the open enrollment will be in September, and health fair will be in October.
I'm glad to see us coordinating with the Extension Service. I know they have a
They have an awesome
very strong
program.
healthy eating program, so
We're really excited. We have a smoothie bike that we are going to have at the health fair where you have to ride a stationary exercise bike in order to propel the blender to make your healthy smoothie. So we're excited for different games and events.
Well, what was it, the last 2 weeks, we made the changes, reaching out to Carolyn with the Extension Agency, because that is so much of what she does. And she is now listed as one of our coordinators, is that
That's correct, yes, sir.
in our program, so we look to.
She'll start getting all the communications from actual Healthy County. We had a meeting with TAC on Friday that came down, our wellness coordinator, and met with the three of us. And she's also going to try and come out and schedule some lunch and learns as well on tax dollar.
Who are the three on the committee?
Myself, I'm the sponsor, and then we have the committee coordinators of Angie Goggins and Carolyn Tyler. Once we gauge a little more interest in it, we hope to add more to our committee, but as of right now, it's the three of us trying to plan things.
You want another award, don't you?
I do, I'm going for it.
Any other questions,
I'll make a
comments?
motion to approve the funding request for the Healthy County Fund for County Health Fair, the incentive drawing for the Employee Wellness Incentive Program.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the funding request for from the Healthy County Fund for the County Health Fair and incentive drawing for Employee Wellness Incentive Program in the total amount of $2,000. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item number 4 is consider and take action to approve a cell phone for Indigent Defense Coordinator. Ms. Lee.
This request came in recently. It's similar to all the others. Text messages and communications she needs to are on separate
Okay. Questions, comments? Entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve a cell phone for Indigent Defense.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, second by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the request for a cell phone for Indigent Defense. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item 5 is consider and take action to accept the resignation of Lee Tackett from the Henderson County Regional Fair Park Board. Commissioner Richardson?
Yes, Court. Unfortunately, Lee Tackett is decided to resign from the Regional Fair Park Board. He's had some, in his job at the bank, has had a lot more added to his plate, and he decided to give it up and let somebody else step in his place.
Off the top of our head, it's over 30 years.
30-plus years.
You know, from Fair Park Board to Park Board. Mr. Tackett has been the
President
cornerstone.
several times.
Yeah.
So,
Questions, comments?
Can we vote no?
I guess you can.
I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Lee Tackett for being a part of overseeing for the last 30 years all the growth that has gone on at the Fair Park and all the things that have come to be because of the leadership of himself and Charlotte Farrell and Bob and those people like that that were in on the front end of the Fair Park organization and forming that board. And I think they did a super job. And if you hadn't been out there, this is a great week to go out there because it's the Henderson County Livestock Show, and you can see some of the improvements that have been made over the years. And it's a success story and a benefit to Henderson County to have that facility.
That it is. We have a few things in the works coming up so that we can pay a little more tribute to him coming on. So, any other comments, thoughts? Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the resignation of Lee Tackett from the Henderson County Regional Fair Park Board.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner McCam, to accept the resignation of Mr. Lee Tackett from the Henderson County Regional Fair Park Board. All those in favor? Item passes unanimously. Now, item number 6 is consider and take action to appoint Mr. Wade Carter to the Henderson County Regional Fair Park Board to fill the unexpired term of Mr. Tackett, expiring January 31, 2023. Commissioner?
Yes, Board, we checked around with several candidates to replace Lee Tackett in his position ending in 2023. And we had some that would like to have done it, but they didn't have the time right now to do that. And so Wade Carter says that he would step in and finish out Lee's term, and then he'll be up for reappointment again at the end of January of 2023.
Okay. Questions or comments? I will say that Mr. Carter, Wade, is an individual that's had a long-time relationship with that facility as well, and I'm sure his heart's in the right place for it. So,
He's on many other boards too, and he does a great job and stuff.
any other comments? Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Wade Carter to the Henderson County Regional Fair Park Board to fill the unexpired term expiring January the 31st, 2023.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Spivey, to appoint Wade Carter to fill an unexpired term on the Henderson County Regional Fair Park Board to expire January 31, 2023. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item number 7 is receive financial reports. We have none. Item 8 is consider and take action on payroll distributions and accounts cash sheets, of which there are none. Item 9 is consider and take action on submitted contracts. None of those as well. And item 10 is consider and take action on request for right-of-way permits.
We have one in precinct 3.
I have one from Bethel Ash Water Supply Company. It's a road bore under County Road 3700. It's at 7180 County Road 3700. It's 100 feet total from private to private.
Questions for the commissioner?
Hearing none, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the notice of proposed utility line activity for Bethel Ash Water Company at 7180 County Road 3700.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the right-of-way request from Bethel Ash Water Supply Corporation for a road bore under County Road 3700. With the commissioner's authorization to sign.
Commissioner's authorization to sign.
All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item 11 is consider and take action on submitted budget amendments, of which we have none. And item 12 is consider and take action on payment of bills. Ms. Carpenter.
Yes, sir. We have our last fiscal year 2021 in the amount of $6,662.
Questions on the 2021 bills? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Spivey, to approve the fiscal year 2021 bills in the amount of $6,662. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously.
The fiscal year 2022 in the amount of $412,724.44.
Commissioner Spivey, questions?
I have no questions, Judge.
Okay. Commissioner Tooley?
I have none.
Commissioner McCam?
I have none.
Commissioner Richardson?
No questions, Judge.
Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the fiscal year 2022 bills in the amount of $412,724.44.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner McCam, to approve the fiscal year 2022 bills in the amount of $412,724.44. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item 13 is consider and take action on submitted plats. Item 14 is open and consider bids. We have no bids. Item number 15, convene into executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code, Section 551.074, to discuss personnel matters, namely job performance of the county fire marshal. We have a motion to move into executive session with a time.
So moved.
Time,
9:40
9:40,
or 9:30.
9:30? Okay.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Spivey to move into executive session at 9:30. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. All right, once we get finished, we'll come back in. Hang around if you like. We do have a workshop following this regular session, so.